that I'm always an alcoholic. I always have been, always will. That I
Trevor, great video. Clean and sober dad here. Listen, I want to share my perspective on it. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. And I understand the typical response to that is like, what the hell? I don't want to always be, I want to identify as just a person that struggles or a person in recovery, because I'm not going to let that identity hold me down anymore. But the funny thing is, the best thing that ever happened to me was I became alcoholic. The worst thing that ever happened to me was I was an alcoholic, right? So it's like a catch-22. What's different is there's an understanding of what alcoholism is, what it means to be alcoholic. And in the mid-50s, they identified it as a disease, I believe. And so there is actual scientific definition of what alcoholism is. And it's a spiritual malady, mental obsession, and physical allergy. Threefold disease. I won't go too far into that, but let me explain why I believe I'm always an alcoholic, and I always will be, and why I'm okay with that. Once I learned that being an alcoholic means that once I drink, I get thirsty or something happens in my brain. I can't ever just leave it half full. I can't ever, once I put it to my lips, the phenomenon of craving develops and I have to have another. I might have to wait all day for it, but I could taste it before I even get to my second drink, right? And then once I start, I don't know when I'm gonna stop. I'll drink more than I want to often. Or when I stop, I'm gonna obsess over it. Life will happen, stress will happen. Like it could be a good day. So like, yeah, chaos. Oh, my life is so hard. Things are so struggling. I'm so, and then alcohol gives me a sense of relief. So I take a drink, those things get better, sure. But it could also be, oh, I just hit the lottery. Oh, it's a beautiful day outside, right? So hindsight, I drink when I drink. Like I will drink once I taste it. When I taste it, I can't stop. Does that make sense? So once I truly understand what it means to be alcoholic, I realize that no matter how long it's been, how far separated I am from my last drink, 13 years for me, I know for a fact, once I let my spirit get sick again, and I start suffering from the bedevilment, you'll find on page 52 or somewhere around there, and I'm having trouble with relationships, life is hard, everything's a struggle, right? Once I start suffering spiritually, and if I let that lead me to a drink because I need relief and I'm complacent in my recovery, once I take that first drink, it's the first drink that'll get me drunk. That's going to be as true as it is today as it will be in another 15 years. So I know in my heart of hearts, I'm always going to be an alcoholic. And that is a good thing, because now that I know what the problem is, I know what the solution's going to be, right? I know that I get to learn to live by this process that I've learned in recovery, live by a new set of principles. I get a brand new life. And as a result, I don't ever think a drink is a good idea, right? I find relief in many other things, like a higher power, or like loving towards others, or service to others, or being present with my kids, or being present in general. And so it's actually a beautiful thing. So there's my answer to it. There's also, I think science has also determined that it is a genetic predisposition. And I agree with that too. But hey, everybody's got their own perspective. Not everybody is a chronic alcoholic, even if they drank for years or drank too much. Doesn't mean they have what I have, and maybe you. Not everybody gets thirstier once they take a drink. Those people definitely grow out of it. But if you relate with those two questions, once I start, can I stop? When I stop, can I stay stopped? Then you're probably always alcoholic. And the last thing I want to do is forget about that and think that I'm somehow better, get complacent, and find myself in a position where I need a drink. I've seen hundreds and hundreds of people do that in my own personal experience. They always pick back up, or they do the worst. And the worst is actually more common. Thanks for watching. Love you guys, even if I don't know you.